Have you ever been curious about the enigmatic land of North Korea, a place shrouded in mystery and intrigue? Well, in today's video, we're going to take you on a journey into the heart of this isolated nation. But before you start planning your visit, there are some critical rules you need to know about. Trust me, North Korea is not your typical tourist destination, and breaking these rules can have severe consequences. In this video, we will delve into the importance of following these rules and the potential repercussions if you don't. And our ultimate goal here is to ensure that your curiosity doesn't lead to a lengthy and uncomfortable punishment. So, stick around as we uncover what you need to know to stay safe and respectful when you visit North Korea. Before we dive into the specific rules and consequences, let's take a moment to understand the unique political and social landscape of North Korea. North Korea is a country like no other, ruled by a dynastic regime that has been in power for decades. It's a highly centralized and isolated nation, which means that the government maintains an extraordinary level of control over the daily lives of its citizens. The country's political system is based on the ideology of Juche, which promotes self-reliance, and the regime of the Kim family, which has been in power since the nation's inception. In this environment, the government enforces strict rules and regulations, not only for its citizens, but also for visitors. The regime prioritizes its own narrative, and it's crucial to respect that when you're within the country's borders. North Korea has a deep-seated culture of loyalty and obedience to its leadership, and any deviation from the rules can be seen as a challenge to the regime's authority. So, why is it vital to follow these rules when visiting North Korea? Well, understanding the significance of adherence is key to ensuring a safe and respectful trip. North Korea is not just a destination, it's a unique experience that can offer valuable insights into a very different way of life. However, it's important to remember that as a visitor, you are essentially a guest in a tightly controlled environment. Your actions, words, and even your appearance can have far-reaching consequences. Disregarding these rules can not only lead to trouble for you, but also potentially create diplomatic tensions and problems for your home country. Moreover, the significance of following the rules is deeply rooted in the cultural and political context of North Korea. It's a way to show respect for the local customs and beliefs, even if they may be different from your own. Ultimately, it's about fostering a sense of understanding and peaceful coexistence. Now, let's get into the specifics. When you visit North Korea, there are several key rules you must adhere to, and they are non-negotiable. First, photography and communication are highly restricted. Taking pictures of military personnel, construction sites, or any unapproved subjects can land you in hot water. Another crucial rule is the requirement to be on guided tours. You won't have the freedom to wander around on your own, as the government tightly controls your movements and interactions. Breaking away from your tour group can result in severe consequences. Furthermore, discussing politics, particularly any criticism of the regime, is absolutely off-limits. Even seemingly harmless conversations can lead to suspicion and trouble. Lastly, your attire matters. Dressing inappropriately or disrespectfully can be seen as a sign of disrespect to the regime, so it's essential to adhere to the dress code. As we go further into this video, we'll provide examples and anecdotes to illustrate the very real and often harsh consequences that rule violations can entail. Understanding these rules and their importance will help you stay out of trouble during your visit to North Korea. Now that you understand the importance of following North Korea's rules, let's talk about what can happen if you choose to disregard them. It's not a pretty picture, and the consequences can be severe. First and foremost, breaking the rules can lead to detention and interrogation. The North Korean authorities take rule violations very seriously. If you are caught breaking any of the established rules, you can expect to be detained, interrogated, and subjected to intense scrutiny. This can be a frightening and unsettling experience, to say the least. One of the most serious outcomes of not adhering to the rules is expulsion from the country. North Korea has a zero-tolerance policy for those who disrupt its carefully maintained image. If you're caught breaking the rules, you could be swiftly and unceremoniously sent home. This not only ruins your trip, but can also have diplomatic implications between your home country and North Korea. Moreover, there are legal penalties that may apply. The North Korean legal system operates differently from what you're likely used to, and being on the wrong side of it can result in heavy fines, imprisonment, or other legal consequences. To emphasize the real-world repercussions of rule violations, let me share a couple of incidents involving tourists who found themselves in hot water. These stories serve as cautionary tales, highlighting the risks of ignoring North Korea's rules. Tips for a safe visit. Now that you're aware of the consequences, let's discuss how to have a safe and enjoyable visit to North Korea while respecting its rules. Here are some practical tips. First is thoroughly research and understand the rules. Before your trip, educate yourself about North Korea's guidelines and regulations. Knowledge is your best defense against unintentional rule violations. Second is listen to your guides and be respectful. Your guides are there to ensure your safety and adherence to the rules. Pay close attention to their instructions and treat them with respect. Building a positive rapport with your guides can enhance your experience. The third is to avoid political discussions or criticisms. Steer clear of political conversations. In North Korea, any comments or criticisms about the regime are considered highly offensive and could get you into trouble. Fourth is to dress appropriately and respect local customs. Follow the dress code, which typically requires conservative and modest attire. Additionally, be respectful of local customs and traditions. To further assist you in planning a safe visit, there are resources available to consult before your trip, such as travel guides, forums, and government websites. Utilize these resources to ensure you are well prepared for your journey into the enigmatic North Korea.